Hello and welcome to my channel, your go-to source for the latest in WWE 24. Don't forget to follow and subscribe for all the updates. Let's dive right in. Rhea Ripley has revealed her tribute to Io Sky, with whom she has teamed up for months. The duo decided to go their separate ways on the latest edition of Monday Night Raw. Ripley and Sky were the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. They lost the titles to Nia Jax and Lash Legend before the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event. Ripley then went on to win the Women's Elimination Chamber match and earned herself a title shot against Jade Cargill. On her Instagram story, Ripley revealed that the first photo she chose to put on her gym's wall of fame was a photo of her and Sky. She also paid tribute to the genius of the Sky with a heartwarming message. Before any manias. Before any other title wins. This is the happiest I've been in a while, wrote Ripley. C.J. Perry, formerly known as Lana, compared Rhea Ripley to Roman Reigns. C.J. Perry, formerly known as Lana in WWE, compared Rhea Ripley to Roman Reigns. She thinks that Ripley is as big a superstar as Reigns is, and Triple H and the WWE creative team think similarly. Speaking on TMZ's Inside the Ring, Barry said the following about Ripley. In some ways Rhea is like the Roman Reigns of the women. She's a big player. Some would maybe say Charlotte Flair. Some would say Liv Morgan, but possibly Triple H and creative, the decision makers, they could see Rhea Ripley as like the Roman Reigns, right? Ripley and Jade Cargill will cross paths at WrestleMania 42 with the WWE Women's Championship on the line. This will be their first ever singles match, and the Eradicator is also set to appear on tonight's edition of SmackDown. Meanwhile, Io Sky has the chance to insert herself in the Women's Intercontinental Championship picture. In the intense and often unpredictable world of professional wrestling, moments of genuine emotion can sometimes shine brighter than championship gold. Recently, WWE fans witnessed one of those unforgettable moments when Rhea Ripley revealed a deeply personal tribute dedicated to a top WWE superstar. Known for her fierce persona, dominating ring style, and intimidating presence, Ripley rarely shows vulnerability. But this time, the former Women's World Champion reminded everyone that behind the Nightmare character is a passionate human being who deeply respects the people who helped shape her journey. The tribute quickly became one of the most talked about moments among fans of WWE, sparking emotional reactions across social media and within the locker room itself. What started as a subtle gesture turned into a powerful statement about friendship, respect, and the legacy of a superstar who has influenced countless performers. The moment that caught everyone's attention. During a recent appearance connected to WWE Raw, fans noticed something unusual about Ripley's gear and presentation. The normally dark and gothic aesthetic she wears had a unique detail, something carefully crafted that paid homage to a fellow WWE star. At first, it wasn't immediately obvious what the tribute meant. But attentive fans quickly began noticing symbols, colors, and design elements that mirrored the style of another beloved WWE superstar. Shortly after the show, Ripley took to social media to explain the story behind the tribute. In her message, she confirmed that the gesture was intentional and deeply personal. "Some people in this industry change your life forever," Ripley wrote. "This tribute is for someone who inspired me, believed in me, and helped me become who I am today." That message alone sent fans into a frenzy trying to figure out exactly who she was honoring. Honoring a superstar who made a difference. Eventually, Ripley confirmed that the tribute was dedicated to Becky Lynch, one of WWE's most influential female superstars of the modern era. Lynch, often referred to as the Man, revolutionized women's wrestling during her historic run in WWE. From headlining major events to becoming one of the most recognizable stars in the entire company, Lynch's impact on the industry cannot be overstated. For Ripley, Lynch was more than just a rival or colleague. She represented the type of performer Ripley aspired to become when she first entered WWE. Ripley explained that watching Lynch's rise inspired her to push harder during her early days in the company. Lynch's fearless attitude and determination showed Ripley that women could dominate the industry just as much as men. From fan to superstar. Before becoming one of WWE's most dominant champions, Ripley was simply a young wrestling fan growing up in Australia. Like many aspiring wrestlers, she watched WWE every week, studying the performances of top stars. When Lynch began her meteoric rise around the time of WrestleMania 35, Ripley was particularly captivated. That historic event saw Lynch headline WrestleMania and capture both the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships in the groundbreaking main event match. For Ripley, that moment was proof that women's wrestling had entered a new era. Seeing Becky do that showed all of us that anything was possible, Ripley later said in an interview. She broke barriers. The tribute gear. The tribute Ripley revealed included several visual elements referencing Lynch's iconic style. Fans noticed color schemes inspired by Lynch's famous ring gear. Symbols referencing Lynch's The Man persona. Small design details tied to Lynch's career highlights. While Ripley kept her signature dark aesthetic, the tribute elements blended seamlessly into her look. This wasn't just a random design choice, it was a carefully crafted homage. Ripley later revealed that she worked with her gear designer for weeks to ensure every detail had meaning. Locker room reactions. Once the story behind the tribute became public, the reaction within the WWE locker room was overwhelmingly positive. Many WWE superstars praised Ripley for taking the time to honor someone who helped shape the modern women's division. Lynch herself reportedly responded with gratitude and appreciation. According to backstage sources, Lynch told Ripley she was incredibly touched by the gesture and proud to see the next generation of stars carrying the torch. For two fierce competitors who have battled in the ring before, the moment represented a mutual respect that transcends storyline rivalries. The evolution of Rhea Ripley. Ripley's journey in WWE has been nothing short of remarkable. After arriving in the company through the NXT system, Ripley quickly established herself as one of the most physically dominant performers in the women's division. Her breakthrough moment came when she captured the NXT Women's Championship, becoming one of the brand's defining champions. But Ripley's rise didn't stop there. She eventually moved to the main roster and became a central figure on WWE Raw, where she joined the dark and controversial faction known as the Judgment Day. As part of that group, Ripley transformed into one of WWE's most intimidating characters. Dominating the women's division. Ripley's dominance in the ring helped her capture the WWE Women's World Championship, a title she defended against some of the biggest names in the company. Her reign featured high-profile rivalries with stars like Charlotte Flair, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair. Each match further cemented Ripley's status as one of the top stars in WWE. But despite her dominant persona, moments like this tribute reveal a completely different side of the superstar. Fans react with emotion. WWE fans are often passionate, but the reaction to Ripley's tribute was particularly heartfelt. Many fans took to social media praising Ripley for recognizing Lynch's influence. Some even shared their own memories of watching Lynch's historic career moments. Others pointed out that this type of respect between competitors is one of the things that makes wrestling special. The tribute also sparked discussions about the evolution of the women's division and how stars like Lynch paved the way for performers like Ripley. A new era of respect. Professional wrestling thrives on rivalries, trash talk, and intense competition. But behind the scenes, many superstars share strong bonds built through years of traveling and performing together. Ripley's tribute was a reminder of that reality. Even when wrestlers face off in brutal matches, they often have immense respect for one another's contributions to the business. Moments like this show fans that the wrestling world is built on both competition and camaraderie. What this means for WWE's women's division. The tribute also highlights the generational shift happening within WWE. Stars like Lynch helped elevate the women's division to new heights. Now performers like Ripley are carrying that legacy forward while continuing to push the boundaries of what women can achieve in professional wrestling. With young stars emerging and established veterans still performing at the highest level, the future of the division looks brighter than ever. Could this lead to another rivalry? Of course, in the world of WWE, emotional moments sometimes lead to explosive storylines. Some fans are already speculating that Ripley's tribute could eventually lead to another showdown between her and Lynch. The two have faced each other before, and their matches have always delivered high drama and physical intensity. A renewed rivalry could easily become one of the biggest matches on a future pay-per-view event. Ripley's legacy continues to grow. At just a relatively young age compared to many wrestling veterans, Ripley has already accomplished more than most performers ever do. She has won major championships, headlined premium events, become one of the faces of the women's division. But perhaps more importantly, she has earned the respect of fans and fellow wrestlers alike. By honoring someone who inspired her journey, Ripley demonstrated humility and gratitude, qualities that often define the most beloved wrestling legends. A tribute fans won't forget. In an industry filled with dramatic storylines and shocking twists, sometimes the most powerful moments are the real ones. Ripley's tribute reminded fans that wrestling isn't just about championships or rivalries, it's about the people who inspire others to chase their dreams. For Ripley, Lynch was one of those people. And by honoring her in such a personal way, Ripley created a moment that fans will remember for years to come. Final thoughts. The wrestling world moves quickly, with new rivalries and storylines emerging every week. But every once in a while, a moment comes along that reminds fans why they fell in love with the industry in the first place. Rhea Ripley revealing her personal tribute to Becky Lynch was one of those moments. It showed respect between generations, celebrated the growth of women's wrestling, and highlighted the powerful connections that exist behind the scenes in WWE. Whether the two stars become allies, rivals again, or simply continue supporting each other from afar, one thing is certain, the tribute was a powerful reminder that even the fiercest competitors can share a deep bond of respect. And for fans watching around the world, it was proof that sometimes the most meaningful stories in wrestling happen outside the ring.